This is Need to Know with Maria Hinojosa, Scott Simon, Ray Suarez, and this week, Jeff Greenfield.
On this edition, would placing limits on malpractice lawsuit awards help reduce the cost? Scene 2. 130 miles to the south, in San Jose, California, Sonia Nunez cares for her disabled son, Brandon. Brandon's birth was troubled, and emergency care came late.
I saw my husband, and he was, walking around, and I'm telling him what's going on. He didn't want to tell me, but I just knew right away that something was wrong.
After discovering that Brandon suffers from cerebral palsy, the Nunez family sued several doctors involved in Brandon's birth. To be clear, Dr. Becker was not one of them. A jury awarded Brandon $38 million to provide for a lifetime of medical care and lost income.
I wanted to go through to trial, and it's not only because of the money. I thought about him when he grows, what happened to me, or why am I...
Unsurprisingly, there are those who see things very differently than Doctors Becker and Sidorov do. Bruce Fagel is a well-known trial attorney who specializes in medical malpractice cases.
The fact is that access to the courts is an essential part of any democratic civil society.
Besides being an attorney, Fagel is also a doctor who spent 10 years working in a hospital emergency room. He says that medical malpractice that results in injury or death is very real. He's seen it firsthand.
When a doctor or a nurse is involved in a situation in which there is a bad outcome, and it ends up either being settled or going to jury trial with a verdict, that has tremendous motivation on changing behavior. First thing that doctor is going to do is going to analyze, how did this happen? Why did I do this? How did this occur? And make sure it doesn't happen again.
Fagel, who was Sonia Nunez's attorney, also disputes the notion that malpractice lawsuits are burdening the healthcare system by adding to the cost of medical care. In fact, he says, such suits are the exception, not the rule. According to an investigation by the Hearst newspaper group, preventable medical mistakes kill some 200,000 Americans every year, making it one of the leading causes of death in the United States. Yet, according to a study by the Harvard School of Public Health, only 4% of injured patients or their families ever sue.
Statistically, most patients that are injured never find out because they don't file a lawsuit, and because the doctors and hospitals don't tell them what happened and what went wrong. So we have to spread a net out and often sue several doctors and take the depositions of multiple nurses who are employees of the hospital. I'll call it a fishing expedition. We're throwing out a net. That metaphor will work. The difference is, it's not throwing out a net and all that comes in, we're raking in the money. We're throwing out a net to get information, to find out what happened.